Hey everyone, it's Tutor Brian. In this video, I'm going over the topic of long-term planning. It's something I believe in and try to keep in practice for most of the personal endeavors I partake in. I believe in planning and preparing well and then executing with discipline. Long-term planning can be helpful in providing a sense of structure to daily objectives, daily accomplishments, daily tasks, small goals that lead to larger goals, short-term goals that lead to long-term goals. And a good planning process should include some of the build-up steps that work toward achieving the final desired objective, the desired outcome. Some of the things that teachers are taught to do is plan lessons with the end in mind, have an idea of what it is the student should be able to do at the end of the lesson and work backwards from there. And in the backwards planning process, they consider things that are necessary to learn, things that are necessary to connect from previous lessons to the current one, the review steps, the primary fundamental steps that are necessary, then that lead to the secondary steps, and the steps after that until the objective can be accomplished by the student. This sort of practice can be used for people outside of the field of education as well, for professional or personal accomplishments, goals. And for me, I'm trying to include this long-term planning process in my weight training, lifting, exercise goals. And one of the things that I'm trying to achieve somewhere down the line is that 1,000 pound total lift of the combined numbers for squat, bench press, and deadlift. It's a very typical milestone for people that are into fitness, exercise, weight training, powerlifting. And before this goal had eluded me for a while, and so in trying to bring this goal back to the realm of possibility, trying to realize the results I'm seeking, I have to be a little bit diligent with the planning process and not so much wing it. I have to consider how to progress training session from training session, training cycle from training cycle towards the end goal. And I'm laying out some of the groundwork now, as I had done for the last 4 months or so, just doing a very basic kind of volume accumulation phase, building up work capacity and, I guess, endurance, if you will, because I've been doing a approach of 3 sets of 5 reps for the longest time on squat, bench press, and deadlift. 3 sets of 5 reps, adding 5 pounds to the total, or to the numbers lifted each week. So in October 2016, I began with 135 pounds on squat and 185 pounds on deadlift, and added 5 pounds to those numbers week by week to the point where I am now in the 270s for squat and in the 300s, 320s for deadlift. And I'm going to continue progressing that way for a while and eventually shift the focus towards accumulating volume, towards focusing on higher percentage lifts, more intensity, and basically heavier weight but lower reps. And then eventually get to the point where I can do a few very low rep range lifts for example, singles or doubles at a higher intensity, and just a few of those, not a lot of sets of those, just a few sets, and hopefully be strong enough to lift personal best numbers for squat and bench press and deadlift. And I had the plan laid out, month by month, week by week, numbers documented, and giving a sense of structure, but I'm not going to confine myself to that structure. If adjustments need to be made, I'll see how things go week by week, and if there needs to be a change, then I can do it. I'm not going to stress out about achieving the exact goals week by week, hitting the numbers week by week. If it doesn't happen, then just make adjustments and go from there, but keeping the end goal in mind of 1,000-pound total eventually somewhere in the next few months. I'm just taking it really gradual, and again, the topic was long-term planning, so it's not going to be something that's going to be done in a week's time or in a month's time. It may be several months, and I'm stretching this out to also bring in subtle improvements over time, so it's not a rush to achieve the end goal. It's stretched out over time so I can be successful in daily accomplishments, weekly accomplishments, monthly accomplishments. And I'll show you the plan to numbers, weights listed. The bench press, it may be still in the works because of just rehabbing from injury and coming back to incorporating full bench press eventually. And that's pretty much it for the training clips and the discussion of the topic of long-term planning for this video. It's very useful for any sort of endeavor. It provides structure, it provides daily goals or smaller goals leading to longer term goals. It provides a framework, a guide, and gives a better sense of direction, I'd say. So it's very helpful long-term planning. Thanks for watching the video. Here is the laid out list of what I hope to be accomplishing this month and going forward. So right now we're in April 12th. These are the numbers to hit each week. Sunday, at the beginning of April, squat 260 pounds times 5 reps times 3 sets. Deadlift 310 pounds times 5 reps times 3 sets. And increasing that weight 5 pounds the next Sunday, 5 pounds again the next Sunday. And I do have 2 training sessions per week, so it would be probably Sunday or Wednesday, Thursday. Same numbers to hit. Increasing 5 pounds all the way to the end of April here. And then we move on to May, transitioning to a 3 rep phase, 3 reps at this weight and for 3 sets. And continuing through May, adding 5 pounds every week, doing 3 sets of 3, continuing on. And then June, we do a sort of pyramid style, kind of like what Wendler's 531 is. It's almost the same actually, except here instead of doing a 1+ set at the end, I just do 2 double and maybe a few more, just like this, same that weight, double, not an AMRAP, as many reps as possible set. So 285 pounds times 5 on squat, then 295 times 3, and then 305 pounds for double on squat. These are the numbers for deadlift underneath. And so we're slowly increasing the weight each week again for each of those rep ranges, 5, 3, 2, and all the way through June. Continue this way. Then we reach July. Then we shift the focus toward doing singles, just 1 rep at 90+%. So squatting 325 rep for a single, trying to do it maybe 3 times. I may adjust it when the time comes. Deadlifting 375 pounds for a single and doing that 3 times. All the way through July, adding 5 pounds every week again. Because at this point I'm getting close to what my previous maxes were. And then at the end of July, we start maybe tapering it down a little bit, not doing so many singles because it's so close to 95+% now. And at the end of July, probably a 1 rep max test, 345 on squat and 395 on deadlift, and then go from there, see how the program is going to work out and make the necessary adjustments going forward. So hopefully by August I should be able to hit enough numbers for squat, bench press, and deadlift to achieve the 1,000 pound total. I didn't lay any structure on the bench press yet because I'm still working towards rehabilitating towards doing the full bench press movement. So I'll work on the structure and the numbers for that later.